do today's video? Well, today we are going to give you an update on the BMW because the car is still not done, far from actually. There has been barely done anything to it since the last video, and that's not anyone's fault. It is what it is, but we are going to drop off these new ignition coils from NGK. Because the original ones will be replaced by these. These are not that the car will have more power, but these are just better for tuned cars. NGK is a very good brand, and a year ago I already got them replaced, but by an unknown brand, and I have no clue what brand it is because my garage did it, so it can be like a stupid bad brand. So NGK is a good brand. And that's what we are gonna do, and then we will have a little look at the car. And yeah, to be honest, I'm curious how it is, but the turbo got sent out and we're still waiting on that, and they can't do the other things on the car when the turbo is not back, because they need the car to be able to run, and without a turbo that won't be that easy. So yeah, let's go to the garage, drop these off, and have a little look at the car, and then I'll give you an update. So here is our trustworthy car for the last 2 weeks, actually, basically, the little Peugeot. And you can say about this car what you want, but it's actually a pretty decent car. A lot of people talk crap about Peugeot, sometimes their reliability can be questioned, but this car has been pretty decent so far. I only did one money shift with it, a few years ago. That wasn't that great, but the engine got fixed. Now we're almost at okay, shut up. We're almost at 100,000 kilometers. So there's only a 20,000 kilometers difference with my 1 Series. Let us say 25. And when I bought my 1 Series 2 years ago, there was like a 60,000 kilometers difference. So yeah, this car doesn't get driven that much, but yeah, I mean, it's a very good car and it's a very good daily driver. And to be honest, when I go to my work now at a BMW garage in a Peugeot, they don't look weird, they don't care at all, so that's a nice thing. But this thing is so good on fuel, you won't believe it. It really, it saves me around 20-30 euros a week in comparison to my 1 Series, which is quite a lot, if you add it up, like each, let us say in a year, it can easily be €1,000 that I save on fuel with just going with this car to, to work. And the weather has been absolutely terrible, and it's a little bit cold. Now it's 10 degrees, so it's pretty warm, but it has been like 2-3 degrees outside. And to be honest, I prefer to drive with a front-wheel driven car on winter tires in these conditions than on my BMW 1 Series, because that car is serial driven, also has just summer tires on them, so the car is a little bit more edgy to drive. But this one, I mean, yeah, sure, it's not as fast as mine. I mean, this is foot to the floor in 4th gear, so yeah, we're not gonna win that much drag races with it, but overall this is a very decent car, and really very decent on fuel also. I mean, 5.3 liters for 100 kilometers, and that's my driving style. I keep flooring it, I keep driving like a moron, just flooring when I can, and not going easy on the throttle, not at all. But this car, I mean, yeah, it's a good daily driver, so I'm really not complaining that I am missing out on the BMW at the moment, because I can't enjoy it. I mean, look at the weather. I just can't enjoy the car at the moment. It's going to slide anyway. It's too busy on the road. I have to work, so I'll be happy when the car is ready within a few weeks or so. Yeah, we're gonna have a look at it, and then I'll give you guys some more explanation. Okay, so we dropped off the ignition coils, and let's have a look at her. So yeah, as you can see, not that much has happened since last video. She's still looking great, but yeah, she's just waiting on a new turbo, the same turbo. As you can see, it's missing from the engine bay, and so is the intake. Okay, so we are back home right now as we dropped off the ignition coils and had a look at the car. So basically, there are a few things that are not really working in our benefits, and that will probably slow down the build. It's not like there's anything wrong with the car or it's the its fault. It's just a lot of bullshit is happening in the world, which is slowing the build down, unfortunately. So the problem is not budget wise for me at the moment. I mean, I have the budget to do the stuff, so it's not on hold. It's not the garage fault. They are just doing what they can. But the thing is, so the turbo, gets sent to a shop that does those things with the turbo. The thing is, that shop is in the UK, and most of you guys probably know that with the whole Brexit thing since this year, things go a little bit slower. So the turbo gets sent off, and with the whole Brexit and probably also Corona, because they like to use Corona as an excuse for everything these days, will slow the transport of the turbo down with a few days. So normally it took around a week. But now we're almost a week later, and they still don't even have news of the turbo arriving in England. Um, so yeah, I easily can count another 1 or 2 weeks to the process, because my car still has to, once the turbo is there, it has to get built, and then it has to get shipped back. And when it's back, it has to be mounted on the car. So yeah, not really, looking that great, but it is what it is. So what are they going to do to the car right now? So we are going to do a few things. We are getting new ignition coils, like I said. We're also getting new spark plugs. The turbo is getting done. We're also getting a downpipe. The resonator will also be installed back again to have a little bit back pressure and also a little bit more sound dampening, because with the straight pipe and a downpipe will just be overkill. Um, then we're also getting an walnut blasting for the I have no clue how you say it in English. But walnut blasting basically cleans up the engine inside a little bit, because we have like little bit pollution on the valves. Yeah, there were the valves. That was the word, and that will get rid of it and make the valves shiny and new again. So they said there was some pollution on the valves, not that much, but there was some. So yeah, that's what it is. So that's what they will do. And then basically the car is done for stage 2, except we are going to install a little air scoop at the intake behind the kidney grills. I have it lying around here somewhere. I still have to install it. But that's what we are also going to do, so the intake can catch a little bit more air. And when that's done, we are going to get the car remapped, and that's where problem number 2 will start. Because I actually wanted to get my car done by BR Performance in the Netherlands. You see, the problem is our amazing government decided that they should, close the borders again. So I can't leave Belgium without a good reason. And leaving Belgium just for a stage 2 tune apparently ain't a good enough reason. Um, so I'm not 100% sure how we will cross the border, or I will need to find a Belgium tuner. It's not that BR Performers in Belgium did a bad job, not at all. But I've heard things from multiple people that the shop in the Netherlands just does it a little bit better, as to say. So that's what I actually wanted to do. So that's the second thing that's holding us back, and I just simply don't know when that will be fixed. And then problem number 3. So we have 3 problems. Number 3 is the coil. The shock absorbers in the front. As you guys know, I run a Bilstein B12 Sportline kit, and my front shock absorbers, especially my one in the right, they are already gone after 1 year and 25,000 kilometers. But Bilstein, I wanted warranty, of course, but Bilstein said, you can have warranty, but we'll need to inspect your old ones first. And I was like, well, how are we gonna fix that? Because my car just can't sit without shock absorbers, right? And I have to pay mechanics to mount them and remove them and stuff like that. So I'm already losing money on that because I have to pay mechanics to do that because I don't have the tools or the skills to do it. So that's already number pain in the ass. That's a big pain in the ass. I'm losing money because Bilstein gets shit quality to me. If Bilstein would have brought me proper shock absorbers, then they would still be fine on the car, and I wouldn't need to pay any mechanic to mount them or remove them. So that's that. And their answer was, well, then you will need to pay the new shock absorbers and then send the old ones back to us. And when that's done and inspected, we will pay you back the money. But I'm like, what if you guys say it's no warranty? And then I lose the money and I get two new shock absorbers that I need to pay myself. And honestly, if Bilstein already fails after 1 year and doesn't give me a warranty, then I will just remove the whole suspension from my car and get something totally differently from another brand. So and then I will just sell the Bilstein with the new shock absorbers to someone else who can get them for a cheap price. But I'm still not 100% sure if we will do that, and whatever. Um, so yeah, that's basically it. When will my turbo come back from the UK? When will the borders open again to get my car tuned in the Netherlands? And when will Bilstein finally work something decent out for my front suspension? So those are three things that are bothering me a little bit for my car at the moment, and I can't give you a date. I'm pretty sure that this won't last weeks, that my car will be running again very soon. I hope that, but I can't tell you guys if my car will be running again next week, or in 2 weeks, or in 3 weeks, or even March. I can't say, I really can't say. So, it sucks content wise because we can't really do that much. It's winter period, stuff like that. So, yeah, unfortunately. It's not that I'm taking a break, I'm still trying to get content done. But we'll see, guys. We'll see what we will be able to do. But anyway, guys, I will keep you updated when I have more news. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye.